figures. Remember, plane figures have no depth to them. Now let's talk about what we mean by a solid. Let's look at the following. A solid is a figure that lies in space. Solids have length, width, and height or depth. So let's go through some particular solids. A rectangular solid is a solid that consists of 6 sides or faces, all of which are rectangles. And notice we have the width shown, the length, and the height all noted. A cube then is a rectangular solid whose 6 sides are squares. A pyramid, that's a solid. A pyramid is shown. The pyramids we study have square bases and heights that are perpendicular to their base. And notice that is shown on the figure. And then let's look at another solid called a sphere. Now, a sphere consists of all points in space that are the same distance from a point C. And we call the point C, just as you would think, the center of the sphere. The radius of a sphere is the distance from the center to any point on the sphere, and the diameter is the distance across the sphere passing through the center. Those things should remind you of a circle. Basically, the radius and diameter of a sphere are related in the same way as the radius and diameter of a circle. And then let's look at a cylinder. Once again, the cylinders we will study have bases that are in the shape of circles and heights that are perpendicular to their base. And then the cones we will study have bases that are circles and heights that are perpendicular to their base. Now we'll practice recognizing a few solids, and I invite you to look around the room you are in at this moment and try and recognize some solids. For example, that center part of a roll of paper towels, that is in the shape of a cylinder. A rectangular solid might be a shoebox. A can in the pantry, that's an example of a cylinder. An ice cream cone is sometimes in the shape of a cone, as we have defined, and so on. So let's take this shape and let's define it. Notice it's a drawing, and I'm trying to show the depth in this drawing, but this is an example of a rectangular solid. A rectangular solid. Examples. Other examples, because I mentioned shoe boxes, of rectangular solids might be cereal boxes. Almost anything you purchase in a box is of the shape of a rectangular solid. So let's look at another figure now, and let's identify one more figure. This figure, meant to show some type of depth to it, this is a cylinder. So this is a cylinder. Look around, try and look at examples of cylinders. In fact, the whole roll of paper towels is a cylinder itself, and of course that inner core is a cylinder. But think of other examples of cylinders, and at this time, definitely review all of those different definitions of plane figures and solids.